Hi everyone, I'm Pat Prokop out here in the heavenly backyard garden. It's turned chilly on me. I have to put a coat on. Temperatures dropped into the upper 30s this morning and last night, but right now it's sunny and we're going to have a clear one tonight. And last night it was fairly clear, but the atmosphere was a little bit turbulent, particularly above around 30,000 feet. And the night before, though, it was really clear and still. Why am I talking about this? Because I am talking about Jupiter. Mighty Jupiter, which is at opposition right now, and it's shining at its brightest for the year. Magnitude almost -2, 1.8 or 1.9 at the moment. Jupiter is about 370 million miles away. Sounds like a far distance, but you know, in astronomical terms, it's relatively close, and it's the closest it's going to be for this year. Anyway, I want to show you how I process the planet Jupiter and the steps that I go through to get the planet. And this goes for any other planet like Saturn, Mars, Venus a little bit different because it's so bright. And also, while I'm at it, I am going to try to see if I can pick up Uranus, or some people call it, like me, Uranus. Anyway, that's all coming up right here on Heavenly Backyard Astronomy. The telescope that I'm using is the Celestron 11-inch EdgeHD. Now, one thing about SCT Schmidt-Cassegrain telescopes that you must obey, really, is collimation. If you're not in perfect collimation, it's going to be almost impossible to focus in on the planets. And even with the distant nebula and galaxy, but it's very important for the planets to have your scope perfectly collimated. Now, take a look. Before I started the other night, the collimation was off just a little bit, and I was having difficulty in focusing Jupiter, and particularly getting the bands, and I was looking for the giant red spot, or the great red spot, GRS. So I came out here and I checked the collimation, and sure enough, it was off a little bit. There you can see. So I have this thing on my secondary mirror called Bob's Knobs, and that makes it a lot easier to collimate the image. You want to get that circle there. You take the star. In this case, I use the star Vega, or Vega, and I pronounce it Vega. And I put it out of focus so it looks like a donut. Now, the objective here is to get that donut to look like a donut and not off center. You want that center hole in the center, and usually the star itself will have a little bright spot in the dead center. That's the goal in collimating the telescope, is to get that shape perfect like that. And when you do, it is easier to focus. I'm not going to say easy to focus, because planets are very difficult to focus because you're looking through a lot of atmosphere, and there's a lot of light coming through that atmosphere. And I'm at nearly sea level. I'm only 3 meters or 18 feet above sea level here at my location in the Heavenly Backyard Garden. So I'm looking through a lot of atmosphere. And also, when the planet is kind of rising in the east before it reaches its highest point in the sky, you're looking through that much more atmosphere. The best time to view the planet, or any planet, would be when it's at its highest point in the sky, so you're looking through the least amount of atmosphere. Also, it's important that you get good seeing. Of course, dry air really helps a lot, but also still air aloft. Last night I had the jet stream flowing overhead, and that was causing issues with that. Another factor is the camera that you use. You can use just about any camera to shoot the planets, but dedicated planetary cameras actually do a little bit better job. Now, there's some discussion about that and arguments about that, but anyway, I like to use a smaller pixel size camera for planetary. It just makes it easier when you come into editing, and it's also easier when you're shooting, because you have a high frame rate as well, frames per second. Anyway, I'm using the Player One Uranus C camera, which is based on the IMX 585 chip. It has a pixel size of 2.9 microns, as compared to some of the larger cameras like the ZWO 071 that has a pixel size of over 4 microns, and the standard pixel size for many of the cameras is about 3.76 microns, but this one's 2.9 microns, and it really helps me with my planetary observation. So let's go upstairs and take a look at the observing session from the last couple of nights and how I process these videos that I make, these movie files, using AutoStacker and RegiStack 6. And also the capture software that I like to use is SharpCap Pro.
Okay, we're ready to go. So the next thing I want to do is go into Find Targets, Local Database. Let's go to Jupiter. And go to Jupiter. Let's see how well it does here. Will it find Jupiter? There it is. Off a little bit, not too much, not too much. Let's bring down the light here. And there's 3 of the moons. You're beginning to see the banding there. All right. Now, let's center it. Okay. It's going to drift a little bit until it locks in. That's close enough for what I need. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in on this. Let's see here. Let's go 250. I like 250. And it looks already pretty much in focus. A little blurry here. Let's play around with this. And let's see if we can get a little bit better focus. Yeah, a little bit. See, now I'm out of focus. I went past it. All right, I went past it again. Okay, let's... One thing about focusing with the Celestron SCT, you're not moving the camera, you're moving the mirror. So that causes the shift in the position of the planet. I got a lot of atmospheric refraction going on because the other night I was clear as a bell. All right, let's bring it back out to its native position. There's a live view. I'm going to go to a region of interest, ROI, and I'm going to take this down to 640 by 480. There it is right there. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit, say 150. Yeah, that's a live view there. It's a little blurry still. I'm still looking through quite a bit of atmosphere. But there it is. There's Jupiter. Now let's go over here into the auto colors. There we go. Yeah, see how it's bouncing around? There's turbulence in the atmosphere. It's a little breezy out there. Aloft, we've got a jet stream. Let's just bring this over here real quick. Let's go with upper dynamics. Let's go with the 250 millibar wind. That's what I want. Yeah, see, we got a strong jet. I'm right here. The winds aloft are what? 130, about 130 knots. So, yeah, there's some turbulence in the atmosphere, but that's slowly pulling away, and less air will be flowing in throughout the night. Let's see. Yeah, I see the winds will be diminishing by, by sunrise, so it doesn't do me any good. But still, yeah, here we go. Let's bring this back out here. And there's the planet. So I'm not going to get a good as picture as I got the other night. And you can see it's bouncing around all over the place. Now, if I want to take an image of this, I'm going to make an AVI file in this particular example. I'm going to go to capture. Well, first of all, let's go over here. Let's just say Jupiter. All right, it doesn't have to say that, but it's easier if you just pick on a planet. I'll go to capture, start capture, and 2,000 frames. I can do that, or I can take 5,000 frames. Let's go 5,000 frames on this one here. I don't want to take a sequence of captures. Now, if I'm going to do an animation of the planet rotating, I would do that, but I don't want to do that tonight. And I can set this to take let's set it up if you want to do that. Say a 1 hour, capture one movie file every 15 minutes, and then go maybe 3 hours. Then you can get the planet rotating. But just keep in mind, these image files get really big. They're over several gigabytes a file. So particularly if you got 5,000 frames in them, they get really big really fast. And if you don't have a big disk on your remote computer, it's going to fill up very, very fast. So you're going to have to keep moving these files off the computer into your main computer or your other storage device. I have a 10 terabyte remote disk drive that I can send these files to. Let's just do one right here real quickly. All right, so now I got, I'm doing about almost 40 frames per second coming in at this 640 by 480 square here, region of interest. So what's going to happen is during my processing, I'm going to pass it through auto-stackered, and I'm going to say take the best 20% of these frames. A lot of these frames are jiggling around, so you don't want to use those. But there's some good frames in there. You can see occasionally some really good-looking banding there. And then you have the blurry banding, but it'll take the best. And what's nice also in auto-stackered, you don't have to have the planet centered. As long as it's in that frame of view there, it will automatically center it for you and then lock it on. All right, there's the size of the file, 4 gigabytes. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up AutoStackered. Going to bring the files over here so you can see them. Okay. So I'm going to load in the picture first of all. There's the image there. There it is. All right. Now, next thing I'm going to do is going to place a grid on there, and I have it set at this preset at 104. Just placed a grid on there. And it doesn't see any of the moons right now. That's good enough. And then I'm going to, over here, I'm going to go Analyze. Now it's analyzing 5,000 frames, so that's going to take a little bit of time here. Over here, okay, it has done its fair. I'm going to take the best 20%. It'll give me 10,000, or give me 1,000 frames. So, and I'm not going to do any of this. I'm going to let everything else go in another program called RegiStack. Okay, and I'm just going to turn this off. I never have good luck with drizzling in here. And everything else is fine. Okay, I'm going to stack it. Now this part's fairly fast once you do the analyzation. And that's done. All right, let's just minimize this and go over into a program called RegiStack. All right, there's RegiStack there. Let's go select. I got the images over here again. Well, I'll just bring it over. All right, and go up to November 1st, Jupiter, November 1st, okay. Now there's the file that AutoStacker created, and it's the percentage 20, and there's the image that it created, a TIFF file. I opened it up over here into RegiStack. Now, looks okay. Can we make it look better? I think we can. I have some presets over here I already configured, and what I like to do is have it set into the Gaussian wave model filter and keep it over into linear. And I mean, there's other settings you can do, but that's where I have it set right now. Boy, I like that. Look at the banding on the north, or I guess north and south. You can see a lot more information here. Now let's align the colors. And this is over here. And see if I toggle that. Now it toggles on. Right here, auto balance. Watch this. Keep an eye on the planet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, I'm happy with that. All right, let's say do all. All right, and then save the image. That's how I do it. And there it is right there again. going through the atmosphere. Let's see if I can bring up the one I had the other night. See, there it was. The you can see the red spot there, and there was one of the moons. Yeah, see, that was a giant red spot. So let's open up the come on Jupiter, or went from Jupiter to Uranus, or Uranus. I prefer Uranus. You can see it just dances all over the place. It's just a little tiny dot. Let's see, how far away is it right now? 1,732,000,000 miles away. And looking at it right there. With the turbulent atmosphere above, the winds aloft right now at about 100 knots. Up around 30,000 feet. But I can see little glimpses of banding on there, so I might get something out of this. I'm taking a 5,000 frame movie file. Let's see what happens. Okay, over here. Let's select. All right, let's show full image and see if that helps. I don't know, guys. This looks pretty bad. I can barely see some banding there. Okay, let's just, for now, this do all. Let's save this. I got something, but you know, it's, you can see some banding there. Can't do much. Not with that wiggling around the way it was wiggling. Well, that's the best I can do for Uranus. Let's look at the image again. That's still tracking it, but it's still bouncing all over the place. I think we're done here. Okay.
So there you have it. That's Jupiter, and again, you can do and Uranus or Uranus. Very difficult to get when I have a 100-knot jet stream high overhead. The atmosphere is just causing it to wiggle all over the place, making it very difficult to capture. Even with the 11-inch telescope, I'll have to wait for a calmer night overhead. Anyway, that's how I do my processing of the planets, and it came out pretty good. It's not perfect. I'm at the bottom of the ocean of air here in Savannah, Georgia. Again, my elevation's only 18 feet or 3 meters thereabouts, and so I'm looking through a ton of atmosphere. So it's got to be perfectly still to get a good shot of the planets. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, and also if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. I'd like to thank all those who have joined my channel. You can join my channel as well to help support my channel. And also, there's the list right there coming up. Also, you can buy me a cup of coffee. Right there, there's the link right there for buy me a cup of coffee. And it's only $2 a cup. And I love my coffee, as you probably know that by now. And also the comments. Comments are very important because that helps with that YouTube algorithm. It sees likes and it sees subscriptions and it sees comments as part of that algorithm to push the video out to other people who are not subscribed to my channel or whatever channel you're watching. It will help push out those channels if you hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to their channel. And I would like to thank all of those who have subscribed to my channel. I'm past the 6,000 subscriber mark. Thank you, thank you, thank you for subscribing to my channel. My next goal is a little bit tough goal to meet, but it's 10,000. That's what I want. I would like to get up to 10,000 subscribers. I'm working on it. You know, I'm past the halfway mark already, but already it's been 5 years. Anyway, thanks for watching, and remember, the heavens are filled with majestic wonders, and they're all in a sky near you. Some of them are not quite as bright as Jupiter was last night and will be for the next several nights, but they're all available, and unless you need rain, clear skies, everyone.